Hello, good day. Welcome to Global Agro Connect podcast with Aka Joshua Salvation. And today I'm going to be talking about a topic that interests me the most. This topic is actually my area of concentration in the agricultural industry. It's my field, the snail farming industry. Now, I'm going to be talking about and revealing 4 top business ideas in the snail farming industry that can earn you huge returns over time. Okay, for making ideas in the snail farming aspect of agriculture. So please pay rapt attention, and if you have the need to get your paper and pen, please do so. But if not, pay rapt attention, get the message, and venture into the system. All right, and at the end of the podcast, please, if you have any question, please drop on the comment section. We would love to give answers to you. And if you wish to appreciate us for the podcast through liking or following us on Facebook, please, the link is down on Facebook at Global Agro Connect, on Instagram at gac.2020. And if you wish to join our Telegram family, okay, on the Telegram chat room, you can as well click on the link below to get or to be part of it. All right, and to get subsequent notifications on when we are going to be dropping our subsequent podcast, as well as to view some of our posts, which I know that you would be very interested in. Now, onto the topic for money-making ideas in the snail farming business. First is your raising and selling of snails. That is your live snails. Raising and selling of live snails. Now, this has always been an aspect of snail or agribusiness which has proven its profitability. When your snails are raised under good management system, they tend to give you good returns both in meat size, shell size, and above all, large quantity of fertile mature eggs which will hatch into young snails called hatchlings. Now, this to give you a little tip or a tip of the iceberg of how many eggs we are talking about here. There's one of the snail breeds that we are talking about here can actually lay between 400 to 600 eggs per clutch. Okay, and they lay that 2 to 3 times a year. So you should know how much eggs we are talking about here. That is money. All right, the snail farming enterprise is really profitable and it is worth considering. Most people say, I've heard most people say that snail farming is a slow business, and to be truthful, that is true. All right, at the beginning, or would I say the first 1 year or let's say 1.5 year of the business, it might actually look as if the business is going slowly. It is slow, it's going slowly, but it's heading towards your millions. But most times we don't actually see the end, so most people tend to ask you if the business will still work. Yes, they tend to ask you that because the snails grow gradually. Now, but note, okay, take note of this. Snail farming business can be done part-time. Due to the fact that it is slow, yes, do not quit your job to start up. Rather, if you're working, you can actually do your snail farm while working. Then over time, I wouldn't be the one to tell you to stop working to focus on your snail farming business. By the time you see it's giving you times 5 or times 10 of your salary in a year, then you'll be forced to focus on it. All right. Now, let's continue to the next aspect. Now, we've talked about snail selling and snail raising and selling of snails. Oh, there is something I forgot to mention in that aspect. To be candid, snail pricing is dependent on the breed. Your snail pricing is dependent on the breed. Most of the times, different types of snail breeds command more premium than the others. Now, the Achatina fulica breed can actually cost like the large sizes of Achatina fulica, you can they can cost around 200 naira. Akatina can cost around, jumbo sizes can cost around 250, 300. But when you have Acatina marginata, table size is already costing 450, 500. Then jumbo size will be costing, you have some jumbo size that cost as much as 1.5. And all this is dependent on your location. If the place you are is a place or is a city where snails where the demand for snail is high and snails are rare, obviously your price is actually going to be high. So you can sell for larger amounts in places where your demand is high and the supply is low. Now let's go into the next aspect, or the second money making idea in snail farming business. And to be truthful, this aspect is what interests me the most in snail farming. Yes, and very soon I'm going to be going into that. So expect me there. Now, that is the snail spicing and snail trading business. Now, this business has actually been embraced and adopted by hotels, big restaurants, cafes, and so on. And they've been able to make for themselves hundreds of thousands and millions weekly, depending on their location, depending on the size of the hotels and restaurants. And I've had people say this, that in those hotels and restaurants, that spiced snail is actually very expensive. Now, most people, okay, for clarification purpose or for clarity purpose here, spiced snails are snail dishes. You can have snail pepperito, you can have peppered snail, you can have your snail pepper soup, and several other delicacies that are gotten out of snails in and outside Nigeria. They are really, really expensive, but highly nutritional, and actually, they are even advised by doctors. Okay, some doctors advise you to have them. So because of this, or because of the medicinal value and the low cholesterol or no cholesterol content of the snail, it actually makes it very expensive and also in high demand. Now, I haven't heard people say that spiced snail is very expensive. That is actually true. Now, let's imagine table-sized snails that are sold live at 400 naira or 500 naira can actually be sold up to between 800 to 1000 naira or even 1500 naira after being spiced. Did that shock you? It shouldn't. Yes, you can make as much as 500 naira per snail after it is being spiced. So that is how much you can make. Snail spicing and trading of snail meat is very, very profitable. Now let's imagine you're actually selling spiced and snail or spiced snail, and you are in a place whereby the demand is high, and let's say on each snail you make 500 naira. We know you haven't deducted your money for the ingredients, but let's say on the snail itself you make 500 naira even without deducting for the ingredients, and you are actually able to sell probably at the end of the day you sell or you sell 50 snails. That's 500 times 50. If at the end of the day you deduct your money for your ingredients, you are still making so much money. So that is actually very, very profitable. It is one profitable enterprise that I would actually advise people to go into. And guess what? The market is still not saturated. We have just few people who are into it now. Competition is really minimal, and it's now is the time to start. Okay, now is the time to start. You don't have to rear snails to venture into spiced snail business. You can actually venture into it as a student. You can venture into it even as a worker. Venture into it, you package it and actually present to your workmates. They'll buy it. Depending on the places you work anyways, they'll buy it. And they can even have you deliver to their houses and you earn your money. So the snail spicing aspect of snail business is really, really profitable. Now, if you're really interested in it, you can as well start it. But if you're itching to hear more, I have 2 more ideas that can actually fetch you so much money in the snail farming business, which is, I will not keep you in suspense. Let me reveal the snail slime extraction business. The snail slime business is actually very, very profitable. Now, yes, you heard me right, snail slime. Alright? That same snail slime that looks and feels disgusting. And when people see, they'll be like, yuck. What's this? Now, to be truthful, that same snail slime that people feel it's disgusting is cool cash. It's very, very expensive, and it's sought after by different cosmetic industries. Now, that snail slime is rich in high level antioxidants which calm inflammations in the skin. All right, and it also serves and is very effective on the hair as sealant. And the proteins help strengthen the strands of the hair, while the texture will help seal or protein. Sorry, the texture will help seal the cuticle of the hair and locks moisture in place in the hair. And it also helps moisturize your scalp. So your scalp, all right. So ladies, fall in love with snails, oh, fall in love. Love your snails because they are really very good, very, very good. If you want to look good, fall in love with snails. All right. Snail slime also contains major anti-aging properties and can make your skin look smooth and glowing. And this snail slime is well sought after by cosmetic industries for manufacturing of facial creams, which are sold at exorbitant prices due to its natural and soothing nature. Now, it will blow your mind to hear that the global slime industry now worth an estimated $314 million. The global snail industry is now worth an estimated of $314 million. That is mind blowing. So that snail slime we wash away is really very expensive. And a kilogram of snail slime here is actually cost $8 to $12 for the kilogram of snail slime. So you now understand that there is money in that slime. There is money buried in that slime that will feel is disgusting. Now let me bust your bubbles with the last business idea or business aspect of snail farming that you can as well venture into, which is the exportation, or would I say processing, packaging, and exportation of snail meat. Processing, packaging, and exportation, of snail meat. Processing snails can be very tedious because of the loads of procedures that are involved in the processing. But the end product is really, really profitable. It's your cash, which is what we are after here. As you know, value addition is really important in any business. So instead of selling your snails live, you can as well process, package them, and deliver to your consumers at would I say with additional prices. All right, at higher prices. So instead of them doing the washing, you are doing all the process for them. All they just have to do is to have their snail meat and cook. And with that, you are charging them for the processing and the packaging. So you are making more money to you. Now, the annual demand for snail meat in Nigeria is about 7.5 million kilograms, and we haven't even met that demand. So what are you waiting for? This space is actually very vacant. Most people will believe, oh, I don't actually want to farm the snail because it's slow. Yes, even if the growth of the snail is slow, hello, there are several snail farmers in Nigeria who would be willing to collaborate with you to actually supply you snails while you process, package, and sell. And you make your money. And they would be willing to sell to you at very affordable prices so that you can actually continue coming back to them. So they are making their money, you are making your money from processing of your snail meat. Now, a kilogram of snail meat, when it's already processed, costs between 9,000 to 15,000 naira, depending on your location. All right, and if you're able to process at least 15 kg of snail meat per week, that would be 15,000 naira times 15 kg. That's 225,000. If you're a student, that's one you don't pay your school fees. So if you be student, make I speak small pidgin, that one don't pay your school fees. Those who wait there for private universities, it will pay their school fees. If you are in federal universities, it will pay your school fees, it will buy stuff for you, and you still have your savings. And this is what we're talking about just for per week. We haven't talked about what you can make per month. So if you multiply this with what you can make per month, that would be 15 times 4. All right, that would be 60. So if you do 15,000 times 60, you know how much you are making from it. And funny enough, there is market. Just to source for it, there is market. Now, under the next is the exportation. Okay, it's still under what we're talking about, but I'm just discussing about Nigeria. But here now, talking about the exportation aspect, the exportation is unlimited. It's really unlimited. There's a wide market out there outside Nigeria for snail meat, and the demand is really increasing every day. When we consider the current dollar rate and we consider the demand in snail market of snail meat in the international market, it's actually very, very, how do I say it? It's something that motivates you to get into the business. All right, 1 kilogram of snail meat is about $50 outside Nigeria. About $50. 1 kg. One piece of snail meat costs about $2. A kg costs about $50. So if you actually are interested in getting into this, you are in to make money. Yes, the money won't come all at a time. It takes process, but hello, if you spend 1 year fully into it and you run it as part-time business, and at the end of 1 year, probably the second year, you start making your consistent cash, it's actually very good. Like, I would advise every student, I'd advise housewives, I'd advise, like, and it's something that doesn't involve so much technical work. No much technical know-how is required, and you are started and you're making your money. So you can see that there is money in the snail farming business. There is so much money to be made. Now, the next question is, how do I learn how to farm my snails? How do I learn how to farm my snails? All right. If you are interested in learning how to grow your snails, like I said, I'm a snail farmer, and I've actually been learning about snails and making subsequent research about them, and we would love to be hosting our second batch of snail farming training. Like, the first batch was free, yes, but the second batch, we're still thinking of making it free or not, where you're getting your ebooks. Have this in mind. For the training, you'll be getting your ebooks, you'll be getting your videos, okay, explaining certain features of snails and how you can grow your snails better, and you'll be getting your audios and several other guides that would help you do well in the snail farming aspect of agriculture. Now, the training would be coming up by August, okay, first or second week of August. We are yet to fix the date, but all plans are being made to make sure that we have our second batch of snail farming training virtually, all right, by that August. All right, so for you to get notified, you can do well to subscribe to the channel. You can do well to like this video. Yeah, you can do well to subscribe, like this video, and most importantly, you can follow us on social media, on Facebook at Global Agro Connect, on Instagram at gac.2020, and if you are willing, you can as well click on the link below to join the Telegram channel and to get to know more about Global Agro Connect, more about what we stand for, how you can as well volunteer with us to actually impact knowledge, to distribute knowledge about agriculture to people, especially the youths out there. All right, the youth out there. That's all for today. That's all for this episode of the podcast. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. And ruminate about what you've heard today. Pick a spot you want to position yourself in the snail farming business. And I wish you success. Enjoy the rest of your day. That's goodbye from me.